he walked by me and I had to like move to get out of his way. And he's like, "You don't need to move, big man. We got this." And I was like, you're a big man. He's like, "You're a big man too." And I was like, "Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm big and strong. I'm a big, strong man."
Post EVW 17.
Yeah.
What an event.
Arlington,
event.
crazy event.
Yeah.
Crazy event. Had so much fun with these guys.
That esports arena was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Regardless of where you sat,
yeah,
I think it was a great show.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
They
was
did
great.
a good job with the screen in the background.
Right.
I mean, let's face it, the best venue
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah. I can't think of one that was better.
Well, even the Georgia one, even though it was big, it didn't have the aesthetic. I feel like if you were sitting all the way in the back, like the general admission
Yeah.
in Georgia,
Yeah.
you weren't seeing anything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back here, dude, you had good seats all the way around. I mean, I got to be honest. I spent the whole time roaming around because I was meeting so many people,
Mhm.
and I was also rehydrated, so I was peeing all the time.
Yeah,
But man, it was there's so many people
yeah,
came.
yeah,
It was standing room only. There were
Yeah.
people with VIP seats standing
yeah,
and just watching the event.
yeah. It was. Yeah, it was a fucking great event.
Crazy. I think that they underestimated how many people would walk through that door,
Yeah,
and they just kept letting them in.
right.
But like, think of the number of people that purchase their tickets at the door.
Yep.
Wake up, boys and girls.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Go online.
Yeah,
What are we
yeah.
doing?
You couldn't
secure the seat.
Maybe
You
they don't
couldn't
have
buy
to
them
do
at the
that.
door. They were like, you cannot buy them at the door. You have to go on. So
Yeah, and they're on their phone in line.
like,
But like, why wouldn't you have bought it before you got
before.
there?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah, hearing people at the weigh-ins for the tournament saying, "Do I have to buy a ticket for EVW?" And they're looking at them like, "I mean, did you get a ticket? You get your other one for free." "Oh, I'll get one right now."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Maybe they needed to do a better job getting that information out there.
Yeah,
I think the thing is, I mean, I thought it was a great event, but I think maybe it was a soft card, and
Yeah.
maybe that's why a lot of people were like, I don't know if I really want to pay for this, but what was the ticket? $50?
I have no idea.
You
I
know,
don't,
it's like,
for me, it was more of a, I don't know if this shit's ever going to come back to America.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we don't know.
Every time you don't know.
Yeah, we don't. So the next one's going to be in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So, or Turkey, wherever. I think it's a Turkey. Yeah.
Turkey.
It's going to
It
be.
is.
So the next one's going to be in Turkey.
and
So
then
it's
I
like-
think Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom. There you
Yep.
go. You know. And man, Chicago's fun city. If it's going to be in Chicago proper,
going.
I'm going.
I think that we have to
Yeah.
make a commitment, especially as Flashpin,
Yeah.
that we're going to the mall.
All of them. And we might
course.
even start going overseas. I've been really thinking about that, trying to find a
I
way
did
for us to
Turkey.
get out there.
but
Yeah. Fuck
I
yeah.
get some hair plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turkey sounds insane.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll have to
sounds
line
really
up,
fun.
all our schedules and stuff, but
I mean, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
really
I don't
dope
think
trip.
tickets are super expensive either.
I
I
think
don't-
it's kind of crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. You want to talk about
Yeah. Let's talk about tournament.
tournament? Was crazy. I
Yeah.
think 398 entrants.
It's a lot of people.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Lord, my class was 28
Crazy.
deep on right hand.
Crazy
28.
stunts.
Studs. Yeah, across the board.
Yeah, it was so fun to watch. I didn't compete at all. And at the beginning, when people kept asking me if I was going to compete, I said no. Started sinking in, like, man, maybe I should have competed.
know.
That was so
No.
much fun to watch.
Oh, I bet it was.
It
fun.
was so fun to watch all these guys pull.
Yeah. And and you don't have to get
Yeah.
in the zone. Like, I'm in the zone the whole
Right,
time.
the whole time. Yeah.
Ripping
Yeah.
through that.
I
thing.
didn't want to do it.
And that sucks when
Yeah.
your mind is.
Right.
I couldn't. Like, man, there were some young bucks that came up to me and they were like, "Hey, man, I love you guys. I love what you do.
Yeah.
Can you give me some advice?" And I'm
You're
like, "Hey, man, I'm super sorry, but I'm right in the midst. Like,
I need
my
to.
left
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
I gotta like get through that mentally.
Right.
I got Dan Mosier in my sights. It's gonna come down to us and this goddamn monster
Yeah.
and Nicola."
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about that, like some of the standouts in the pro class.
Yeah, there was a guy, Mikolai,
Yeah,
from Ukraine.
Yep.
He came with Prudnik, I think, or like they were as close friends associated somehow. But I mean, this guy at 209, he's 6'4", probably 209.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing.
yeah,
He held Dan. He held me. None of us could even really move him around. It was as soon as I gripped up with him, it felt like Dmitry Kachin.
yeah,
That's exactly who it reminded me of in every way. That crazy
yeah.
and there was no stopping it.
Right.
That's a whole different level. It's
Right.
one of those lessons in levels.
Yeah, that he looked super strong. Devin even had a problem with him in the after pull.
Devin pulled with him in the past.
Yeah. Oh, really?
There's a video of them years ago pulling.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait, how old is that guy?
He's not. He's 29.
There you go.
He started arm wrestling
Like
when he was
13
14.
years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd actually talked with him for a while, and he was talking about doing a match, like on Flashpin.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And he's like, well, who in North America can I pull? Who's the best 209 or 220 guy in North America? I was like, well, I mean, at this point, it's like he should probably pull Arson, to be quite honest.
Right.
But at 209, I have no idea. I talked to Dan Mosier after, and he's like, give me 6 months, I want it. I'm like, I mean, okay.
Dan's
But-
getting on all the sauce.
Good luck. No, that's all right.
Dude, it was a level.
Yeah,
But
it seemed like it was another.
But Dan couldn't do anything, though.
No.
Not right now. I mean, he came back from surgery.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I felt like it was great Dan. Don't get me wrong. He beat me.
Yeah.
But I mean, the highlight of the whole trip for me was the moment I caught Dan.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've just stopped this crazy hit.
Yeah.
And the look on my face, I've watched it 10 times now. I'm like,
Shock.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And then you win.
Dan is so poised that he repositions,
Yeah.
bust me.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, for real,
Yeah.
I'm even here with you, man.
Yep.
Afterward, he's like, we should train together sometime. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I can.
I want to do anything with you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the fact that you'd want to train with me is
Right.
enough for me to just leave that tournament.
Man.
By the way, the
Enjoy.
whitest teeth in the game.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whitest teeth in the game.
Yeah.
So that man's
Right,
teeth is on point.
Yeah. The pearly.
But like, I've never got a bronze in my life, and getting a bronze was okay this time.
Yeah.
It's not hanging next to anything else I have in my life, but hey,
Right.
it's still on top of a dresser.
Right.
But it is, that's still cool.
That was a stout fucking tournament.
insane.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
A lot of good guys.
How about Luke Kent? Holy shit.
Seeing him come back.
Oh my goodness.
That
he looked
was
like
fantastic.
a demon, man.
Yes.
I was super happy
Yeah.
to see him.
Right.
Eli also at
And
one of
Eli, man. Yeah.
Eli looked nuts. Eli
Eli
and,
Sidoff.
and what was the ref he went against? How do I not know his name right now?
No.
Talking about Christoph?
Yes.
Christoph?
Yeah.
Christoph.
They had a war on the left.
Yeah.
Like, that was an intense battle.
Hey, and let's throw out a shout out to our boy Greg Gray.
God, Greg Gray at
Greg Gray,
170.
man.
171.
171.
Yeah, pretty
Always get
fucking
those.
good, man.
Yep, he won the whole thing.
Yeah. Greg Gray,
Greg Gray, baby.
number
Good
one.
for him. And we knew he came strong.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more traditional arm wrestling with him still.
Yeah.
But
Me
everything
too.
looked good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's strong in that lane.
Yep.
It is annoying
That's his lane.
once he's locked in there
Yeah.
to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm getting multiple messages from people that want a super match with him now because of what he did. So, I mean,
Oh,
go
very
Greg
good.
Gray.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's healing up right now. He
That is gallbladder.
he had a gallbladder
The next
infection
day.
That next day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Best and worst day of his life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He has bigger wins, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But as far as a comeback's concerned, that probably felt
Well, I mean, I think that's the biggest story right there is that
Yeah,
comeback. You know, he had
he had a bad show.
that trip at the that round robin he went to that set him back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he came and
trained hard.
trained
He's
hard.
been going super hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it showed. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And that young dude he pulled in the final is in the Super 64 with you.
Yeah, man.
And I have felt
a
his
problem.
hand. It's legit.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And Luna.
Luna. Yep.
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 He's legit. And, shout out to him over in San Antonio. They're doing some good things with him.
Yeah.
You guys will all have to watch out for him. It feels very Getzel Tapia.
Yeah.
So
When is that event?
I'd like to see him in that as well, but I think he's rated too high. That event is May.
May. Okay. Super
I'm supposed to go
64.
pull that, and if this right hand heals, I'd like to go pull that tournament just for fun.
Yeah.
I'd like Greg Gray to go pull that tournament. I mean, it's going to be a Super 64 event for 176 guys. When you're a 176 dog, I'm telling all of you out there at 176, all of you who are good are even like on the cusp of maybe you think you're good. Show up to one of those events because you're going to have a bracket that's got 40, 50 dudes in it. Talk about getting to compete for get your money's worth.
Right.
I chased it down into Washington, and Washington State had 20 plus people deep from that. And that was a low showing at 98 for a Super 64. Where this, we already know there's over like 56 names already.
Oh, it's already in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys you would see
that's
a sick event.
Yeah.
It'd be very, very good.
56 people locked in already. It's pretty good, man.
Imagine, and they all are going to pull with their left hand, most of them. So your lefty guys, you could show up to that, pull them all on their left. Most of them are going to pull right too.
Right.
But that left is going to be a fresh crew.
Yep.
50 guys on a left hand, I'm in.
Yeah.
You're going to touch so many hands.
Right.
Yeah. Talk about being able to rack up some W's too.
Yeah.
Like if you can play, that's the one to show up and see where you're at.
Right.
Like a Taylor Robinson. You should totally be showing up to that.
Right.
Regardless if you're pulling left or right, go see where you're at.
Right.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. So.
Yeah. I wonder if Logan Nyquist,
Oh, wow.
if he's going to come up for something like that. Like, since you guys have all come up as 76s, he kind of went away, and he was a 76 giving Gilstrap some trouble.
Big trouble. Yep.
Yep. Super nice guy, super strong. I wonder if he still trains. I haven't spoke to him in some time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He wouldn't be in this one, right?
I think because he hasn't pulled in a while, he'd rank low enough to get into it. Because he's a middle of the pack guy, I think, technically right now. Yeah. Logan Nyquist, I think is how you say his last name. It's definitely Logan N. There was another interesting character in the 209s that I'd like to highlight. He came with Matt Mask's crew. Crowder and those guys.
Yeah.
I think his name's Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota.
Yeah. He's whippy, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, when I grabbed him, I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, his speed felt fantastic.
Yeah.
And, like, the horsepower felt that was there. And I was like, okay, because he had made it pretty far into the event.
Right.
And I think he's super promising. Like, I lit him up, and typically, like, I was looking down at one of his coaches, and I was like, that's your coach? Boy, I better take you seriously.
Yeah, Crowther. Yeah.
How long
is it Crowther?
Crowther.
Yeah.
How long has he been pulling now?
I think he's like a 2-year guy.
Yeah, something like that. Just a couple of years.
Yeah, but he felt fantastic. Really tall, too. 209 is probably pretty good.
There's so many of these guys that are just like getting in.
But he trains with Crowther and Matt Mask. Yeah, that also means he trains with Devin and all. Like, they're getting crazy trains.
Sick.
Yeah. And with the high hookers and the cool
there
thing
were multiple Canadians in this 209. Ween.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Ween.
Ween was crazy strong.
That Ween dude.
His hand felt like he bends tires and puts them on the rim.
Yes.
Is that the LaPointe guy?
No. That guy's left was
crazy,
ferocious.
Yeah.
But I mean, he got held center by Miko left there. It was like, Jesus Christ. Like a baby. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, after I had got hurt on the left, pulling Seth Evans, fantastic puller out of Louisiana, one of the top guys on the left. We had a war. He ended up beating me. And then I pulled Weeb right after, and I knew I was hurt. I fought through Weeb, got on the table with LaPont, and he's like, "You're hurt." And I'm like,
I feel it.
I am. And he goes, "We shouldn't do this." I laid down. I was like, "You're right."
Oh, he's such a nice Canadian.
He was super nice. Yeah. French guy. He's French.
Oh, he's French.
Yeah, French guy.
Okay.
He's Canadian champion, I think.
Yeah, he is. He competes all over the place. John Theron had told me, he's like, LaPont, don't even worry about pulling left. Just have fun. I was like, oh, it's like that. He's like, I don't know that I beat him. I was like, oh, interesting. Now I got to know.
Yeah.
His left was crazy. Yeah. Super crazy. I mean, his right was crazy too, but the right-hand comp was ugly.
Yeah, it didn't look like his right against everyone else's didn't look the same as his left. His left looked stupid.
Solid.
Yeah. His left was ridiculous. Yeah. But the right-hand comp, and there was a lot of solid dudes. It was interesting.
Crazy.
Interesting navigating my way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching all these guys and the draw was interesting. And how does that all fall in? It was that was an adventure.
Hey guys, want to introduce you to one of our affiliate sponsors, Psychopharma. Psychopharma is a supplement company. I think they make great supplements. I've been using their stimulant version pre-workout, Edge of Insanity. This is blue lemonade flavor. I also have the non-stim pump only Venerade. So it's called Edge of Pump. Fantastic. Both of these will give you extreme focus. Edge of Insanity will actually bring you to the edge of insanity. I wouldn't take this anywhere near 4 hours before you go to bed, or you're gonna be sitting there thinking about how you can take the world over off of the edge of insanity. We have a 20% affiliate code, and you should hit their website up, psychopharma.com. You'll be supporting us, and you'll be getting the craziest pumps of your life. Hey everybody, just wanted to take a moment to introduce you to Tier, one of our affiliate sponsors. I found Tier looking for some cross-training shoes, a nice, comfortable, but supportive and stable shoe that I can use for weightlifting and competing. These CXT1s are the best shoe on the market. Heel support is fantastic, the midsole support is fantastic, and the toe box is awesome. Plenty of room to move your toes out so that you can create the best base possible for when you're lifting. These are super comfortable. I find myself wearing these all day long and forgetting to take them off because of that comfort. www.tier.com. We have a 20% off discount code that you can use. I believe that the most important part is your feet on the ground. So you want to have something that has a lot of grip, but is also stable and allows you to move with agility. CXT1s, get you a pair. That's why we like tournaments, man.
Hell
because
yes.
you don't know what's going to fucking happen. It's a roll of the dice. And you just got to be ready.
You're ready for everything, all the styles.
Yeah, every style, every setup.
Can you implement your will against everybody?
Yeah.
That's why I like it. I'm there to implement my will, and you're all going to try and stop me.
Right.
And even if that's like some people I'm like willing to catch you, and some people I'm willing to fly through, and that's fun to negotiate how you're even going to do it. There's so many different styles out there. I mean, Danny Gillian.
Yeah.
Dude, the resilience in that guy. Really.
Crazy.
He gets in with people and just grinds it out.
Doesn't even care.
Doesn't care.
He got a grinder with
Aaron.
With Aaron.
Aaron Castillo.
Yeah, Aaron Castillo, shout out.
Shout out to his resilience.
And he was, on the production crew for the whole thing, that whole weekend. Living off of, what was he living off of?
He was living on
kiwi,
power protein shakes and kiwis.
Like
I roommated with him, and I couldn't. There was a trash can full of protein shakes and kiwi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you living on that?" He's like, "Yeah, right now I am.
Yeah.
I'm the camera guy."
Yeah.
He would come in, stay up with us till like 2 a.m, bullshitting, wake up at 6 and go start the film stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow, do you sleep?" He's like, "Yeah, 3 hours. I'm good." I'm like,
crazy.
"Okay."
What a beast.
Monster.
Shout out Aaron Castillo.
Shout out to Aaron.
He got in a grinder with Danny Gillian.
Won it.
That was and won and beat him. Yeah.
In a battle of attrition.
Who was gonna give up first?
Yep.
They were both just sitting in there. And that was crazy.
Talk about it deceptively strong.
Yes.
Because Aaron doesn't look strong at all.
Yeah.
And if you get in that tight spot with him,
oh man, you better.
You're in for a ride. Yeah. It was crazy.
It was great watching that. Great job, TAL, setting that up.
398, and they churned through it.
That's nuts. I think Billy said that was the most entrance he's ever seen in a tournament. Texas.
And it went until like midnight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Started at 6 p.m.
Yeah, started at 6 p.m., guys. So we knew it was going to be a long haul.
Yeah, for sure.
But, man, it was a great tournament. Met a lot of people. I'm telling you guys, you have to go to these things because the people you meet, it's like the most important part of this shit. I met a guy who was friends with Jamie
Sheldon?
No. Bald guy was kind of killing everybody in 231 bracket.
I mean, we're not talking Bedwell, who's killing it.
No. He lost to Bedwell, but he was killing everybody else.
What's his name?
You said it. You said his name. Oh, man, this sucks.
Wasn't Dakota
I think I have it
Bean?
written down.
Because there was Carl Sagan, but he pulled 209, which was so cool. Guy's been around forever.
Shout out to Michael Bedwell.
Michael Bedwell went into the 231 and just marked.
Super disturbed. That's what I call him. Super disturbed.
Yeah, he went straight Super Saiyan on everybody. Yeah.
Just
it's such a pleasure to watch him too. If you're someone who gets fired up by integrity and violence.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's so in him. Yeah. And he gets to go up there.
Dude, when I saw him, I was like, fuck, I kind of want to compete now.
Yeah, he makes you want to compete.
Yeah.
I mean, he got me through. Like, my left was so fucked that I had to like concentrate on getting my right going. And my first match was against his teammate, Sean McVay.
For sure.
And I'm like, man, I love these guys, but I got to get up there. And I blew through him because my first round is, I got to get this thing going.
Quick.
And boom. And then Bedwell was like, it's cool, man. This is what we're here to do. Kill my boys. And he was like, okay, yeah. I love your guys. He's like, we don't love right now. Yeah, no love right now. Right. Yeah, no love. We're here to kill. I got to remind me that again in 10 minutes.
No love.
Dude, no love. He's like, we're here to murder.
God.
Fuck yeah, we're here. And he is just, dude, he's in the zone from go to the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
And then grab your shit and leave.
Yeah. And Tim Talmadge, man.
How about Tim pulled around on him the next day? Yeah. Good on him.
And he was hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I went up to him while he was walking out of the auditorium. And I go, Tim, how you feeling? He's like, I'm broken.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Fair enough. Go have a beer, dude.
You got to be careful. The direction that Bedwell takes you is a violent direction.
Yeah.
It is directly sideways.
He's trying to break you.
And you should be prepared.
He's trying to break you.
Yeah.
Possibly kill you. Maybe.
Possibly. If he could kill you, it's what he's trying to do.
Okay.
Couldn't find
did you
it.
Tap out?
I had them write down their names in my phone. Anyway, the dude, he was looking like a monster, but I was like, Bedwell's in your bracket, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But so anyway, they were all Marines together.
Oh, you're talking about the guy who looked like John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he looked like Reacher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we got fucking Reacher here.
Yeah. So when I first got there, his buddy was sitting. He wanted to sit down next to me, and I had my gummy bear sitting on the seat, and he was like, "Can I sit there?" I was like, "Yeah, I have to ask the gummy bears." But no, I was like, "Yeah, you're good." And he was like, "Yeah, man, fucking here to see what this is." You know, his attitude was of someone who
he was edgy.
He was on edge. He was edgy. You could tell like he was a fucking jarhead, and he lifts weights. But he's around like guys that compete in arm wrestling. So he's trying to find his place. He's never been to arm wrestling. His two friends compete, and he's like, I need to see what the fuck you guys are obsessed about.
And he
with
went
this
full
shit.
pro.
No.
He was just watching.
His friend did. His two friends.
Because I was like, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, no. So his two friends did, and this guy had dark hair. I'll show you a picture of him. You'll probably know who he is. But he brought his kids. And
you're talking about shaved head, left arm specialist.
Yes.
Demon.
Yes.
God damn.
It was like Jamie or Jesse or something like that. But you knew who he was.
Yeah, I know who he is right now.
You were like, oh, that guy's a fucking man.
Yeah.
And that guy was real nuts. Yeah. Super strong. Anyway, his friend, I was talking to him, and, he had the edge, he had the ego, whatever. I talked to him when you guys came up to me on Saturday night, and I was talking to him by the doors, and his whole demeanor changed.
Yeah.
He was like, man,
yeah,
I've been here for, going on 36 hours now. It's like, this arm wrestling community is something special.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it is. Like, it fucking catches you, man.
Yep.
And if you're spending a weekend around us, it's going to get you too, man. There's no, you're fucked. You're fucked. Yeah. So he was like, you know what it reminds me of? Ultra marathoners. He said, it's the same fucking thing. And I was like, yeah, because we're just doing hard shit to do it. Yeah. There's no money in this. Yeah. You decide to run 100 miles through fucking hell.
There ain't no money.
Just to do it. Yeah. Because you said you're going to fucking do it. There's 2 people making money in this. You're right.
It's like the best guy and the best
David Goggins and some other
Cameron Hayes is like the only person making money. Sure. But I was like, you're right, man. And it's a little bit different from other sports, traditional sports. And he's like, yeah, man, it seems like they're babies, you know, and they complain about a lot of shit. And we're out here fucking putting it all on the line for $0.
Sacrificing our arms.
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's different, man.
Yeah.
It's different. That's what martial arts do, you know?
Yeah.
They're thankless sports, you know, but it teaches you a lot about life. So,
and a lot about yourself.
And about yourself. Yeah. I just want to shout that out. That's like, it's a great reason to go because you'll never know who you're going to bump into.
Yep.
And you'll see the effect that this shit has on people. Like, you know your own, but it's different when you speak to someone who's never done this shit before. And they, you know, literally 24 hours later, you talk to them again.
Super excited.
Man. And he's like, I got my son on the table and he's fucking big and strong. And you know, I was like, there you go. You got
it. The cool part would be...
I can't not give him the shout out while you talk. I'm going to find his name.
The cool part is we go to the next EVW and we see him there.
Yes, see him again. Like, what's up? Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to the tournament. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. The same guy, I think I was talking to you or Bo.
Yep.
And I noticed I was kind of like in his way. I was like, dude, am I in your way? And he was like, no, there ain't nothing going on here.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I gotta be careful with this guy here. And me and him chit-chat a little bit. But I was like, ooh, he dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you say the wrong thing to this
dude. He's going off the handle.
Yeah. But cool dude. I enjoyed talking to him for a little bit.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different sport, these combat sports.
Yeah.
But like we said, shout out Michael Bedwell. He took the whole thing. That boy's looking ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's about his business, man. There's no messing around, no mincing words. Yeah. And then go home.
And win.
Like literally go home. Like
go back to his family, show his kids.
Yeah. Done.
Yep.
On to the next.
Yeah.
We are gonna get a match for him soon.
Yes.
For the next Flash
defend his title.
Yep. That'll be good. Shout out Tim Talmadge, like you guys said. So I was on my phone when you guys were talking about it. But you know, Tim's kind of like I wouldn't call him a dark horse, call him like a gray horse. Because it's like he doesn't come out often, but you know when he does, it's like, oh,
there's gotta be some shit.
Yeah. So we always love seeing Tim pull. That was great.
Yeah. The after pull was really cool too, man.
The after pull was cool. Like the hotel was super cool.
Super chill.
Like not one issue from anybody at the hotel.
We were out Saturday night. We got back somewhere around midnight, probably past that.
Yeah.
Dude, there were still fucking dudes arm wrestling and talking. And it was just a do whatever.
Yeah. It was all left open. And I was like, this is cool. This is what you need. People can go up to the room, catch a little nap, snack, go out to eat, whatever, come back, you know, go see what's going on. You know, arm wrestlers, we're arm wrestling all night long.
Yeah.
Like all night. You have to pull us away from hurt. Everything's
like, my arms don't work, but there's still let me see if I can. Maybe this lane right here. Maybe if I just put my back toward you, you know, I can get in.
Right.
So
get some arm wrestling.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. And it was the other thing that was amazing. Not only was there a bunch of North Americans, of course. Mm-hmm. You had a bunch of Europeans there too.
Oh yeah.
You know, super strong, you know, like teaching, and you saw the dialogue between, even though they might not have been talking the same language, they knew arm wrestling.
They knew what they were trying to say.
Julian Smith.
So Julian's homie was thank God.
I was on airs just now, like gathering all the names of the world.
Julian
and then it hit me.
Thank you for bringing your friends. I don't know what his friend's name was, but we had conversations and it was great.
I'm pretty sure us just talking about him, he'll be like, oh
yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
Julian's left, boy.
Serious. Yeah, Julian. No joke. Absolutely no joke.
Julian No Joke Smith. Yeah. I think it was his wife competing as well. Or his girl. Okay. She did super well.
Very cool.
Very good. And then Devin gets on the table with Sarah.
Dressed like a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of crazy. I mean, I had I was buying a drink, and Jody was buying a drink as well, and we started talking about it. And she's like, he's just trying to lighten things up with the political world being so crazy right now. And I'm like, yeah, I mean,
there's nothing we have to do that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's funny, I guess. Yeah. I don't
get it. That shit wouldn't fly in this sport.
Yeah, it doesn't really. You got a bunch of men. We're just men.
Right.
Just respecting the women being women. Right. It's all good. Think they're great.
Yeah.
Boys are great too. And toxic masculinity might not be so fucking toxic after all.
Right.
And feminine women are fucking beautiful.
Right. Whole culture is dead.
It's dead.
We're done with all that. Exactly. I think you are in the right place. Right. Everybody is okay.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
It was a little crazy.
But you know what? It's Devin.
And he's just keeping it fun.
He can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. That was
Brian Shaw was there. That was cool
Brian
too.
Shaw was there.
How thin Brian Shaw's got.
Yeah, he dropped a ton of
100 pounds.
Yep, I would say.
Over the past year and a half.
Yes.
Since his last strongman competition, it's got to be like 100.
Yeah, I would say so.
He's probably like 390.
Yeah. His protocol is completely different now. It's like nothing. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to shovel food all day.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah. Just
he's not,
be healthy.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not. Trying to peak super peak all the time for these competitions all the time. So he's just cruising. Looks great. He looks like he's
awesome.
He's going to live a long time.
Looks like it's impossible he came from a vagina.
Yeah, this is true too.
Yeah, right.
We're not the same.
He's a massive.
Ripped his mouth.
I am a critter. That's a real mammal.
I'm just a critter.
Yeah, I'm like a squirrel.
Right.
If we're in the world of mammals, I'm just a squirrel.
Yeah,
he's an elephant and you're a squirrel.
I mean, he's like a human.
Yeah. I'm a squirrel. He's a human.
Yeah, can we all do that?
Yeah.
Like just a little of your blood? Can we study that?
Yeah.
It's some giant blood.
Yeah.
It's something that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at him next to Marcus.
Right.
Yeah.
He looks like a really fit giant Marcus.
Right.
And Marcus looks little next to him.
Right.
It's absurd.
It's different.
Yeah, and seeing him fit looking too was absurd. He looks like he can move around a bit.
Right.
Yeah, and that guy does not stop smiling.
It's probably the nicest male I've ever met.
Probably one of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
So he was at the elevator, him and Neil Pickup, someone else, and everyone was just talking to him. I mean, everyone. And I go, "Hey, what's up, Brian?" And he could have just
he turns and glows.
Yeah, he could have just ignored me. But he goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Because I wasn't everyone was just talking to him. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Brian?" He goes, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Cool. Let me go inside the elevator.
When I ran into him, I was running around with Trayton, who was doing a bunch of filming. And
shout out to Trayton.
Shout out to Trayton.
Yeah. Worked his ass off. It was cool. But at one point, he walked by me, and I had to move to get out of his way. And he's like, "You don't need to move, big man. We got this." And I was like, "You're big man." He's like, "You're big man too." And I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm big and strong. I'm a big strong man.
Yeah, I'm a big boy."
And he said it.
Yeah, he told me. And he did it with this big, huge smile, and I'm like, it's no question the nicest dude that's not flamboyant I've ever met in my life.
For sure.
To put it nicely. Yeah, I just
that is.
There's no level of I'm too cool for school.
No.
Just a great dude to be around.
So good.
Literally a strong man in every aspect.
Mentally,
physically, emotionally, you can just tell. That is a strong.
I bet he has a fantastic woman in his life.
Has to.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the way he is, you can tell.
Yeah.
Shout out to the strong women in our life.
Yep. Shout out to Brian Shaw for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
and they're all tiny too, so.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right.
What is that?
Fucking Thor's wife is what?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But shout out to that level of support, right? I recall an instance when they were like, "Well, when do you have to be back at home and get this done and this done?" And he's like, "I don't have to go back till I want to go back.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I can stay here." And everybody was like, "Oh, okay. Well, you got your shit together. You're the man."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I am the man."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, not gonna get in trouble. Oh, when you got him back home. No. When I gotta go back home.
All the way out here. I'm here for this.
I'm the dude.
Yeah, he did some pretty extensive training with Neil and Devin in the back.
Yeah.
That's all going to be really cool footage. I would assume they're going to roll out slowly.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll save some of it for just him, but it looked like they did some special stuff together. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
And, we'll all be better for it for sure. Yeah. But most of all, getting him better for it. Please, Brian, please compete in a tournament.
Yeah.
Just show up and compete in a tournament. Something local.
Got to do it. Yep.
Colorado State. Yep. I'm there for a super match.
Yep.
I would love nothing more than him to just enter the tournament.
Right.
That would be really cool. To see him in a tournament would be. I think it would just show people he's one of us.
He's one of us.
And granted,
maybe he doesn't have to do that.
Maybe he doesn't, but I think it would benefit his image in the arm wrestling community.
Yeah, and win, lose, or draw. Maybe the worry is losing to a guy that's not great, and the strength community looking at it weirdly, and that's a big part of what he's pulling into us. Mm-hmm. And we want to optimize what he's pulling in the most, so we get him super matches with guys that, if you lose a super match, regardless of knowing the guy, everybody who doesn't know thinks that guy is great. Mm-hmm. They outside the arm wrestling community, they're like, oh, it must be somebody good.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a tournament, it could look like a nobody gets through him.
Right.
Not that I think that would happen, but it could.
Yeah.
So they're protecting him, maybe, or he.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably are. But in combat sports, it's different than. It should be different than any other sport. It needs to be attrition, right? You need to keep coming back, even if you lose.
Yeah. And part of that is being one of us.
Yes, right.
And there's no such thing as a arm wrestler with no losses.
Yeah.
There's no such.
There's no such thing.
Even the great John Brzezing has several losses.
Several.
Yeah.
And I mean, you get to a point at that level that there's no loss held against you.
No, of course not.
Yeah, not even remotely in this sport, because it could be any man's day in this game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's lanes you get into that you didn't know you didn't want to be in with that person.
Right.
And now you're shocked.
Yeah.
And, it happens for sure.
Right.
I mean, one of the reasons that I think John is who John is because of his willingness to go into the person's lane that he thinks is their lane.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, let me test it out. Let me feel it.
Yeah.
And he would just do it. No games,
crazy.
None of the gamesy, none of the head games, no one would be like, well, what John does to you, his match starts a month before and he's already talking to you and he's in your head. No, he just was like this regular dude that worked at the airport, shows up and just beats you in all different weird ways. You didn't know where he's going.
Right.
And did it.
I just want to piggyback off of that. So isn't that interesting that you said that John goes into someone else's lane? And then it's kind of full circle when you think of his match with Yoshi.
Yep.
Because Yoshi, I think everyone saw it, let John do whatever he wanted.
Yoshi knew what he had.
And then Yoshi, when he wanted to, did what he wanted to.
Yeah. I think Yoshi...
It was really beautiful, actually. Watching that match was really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think there was a high level of him timing where to take John. Like, he felt comfortable in John's offense.
Yes.
And we watched him in it, playing in it. He felt like Yoshi.
Yeah.
And Yoshi, it was interesting, Yoshi's respect for him was very different than his respect for Todd.
Oh, yeah.
He talked in the middle of the Todd match and was being crazy.
Right.
With John, there was this level of respect.
Yeah.
And then he would move John off center and take over the match. And it was like, oh, Yoshi's a lot.
And
very
and delicately, too.
I think we want to see Yoshi and Irakli, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, let's go through the card.
Let's go through the card.
Results from East versus West. There were some takeaways I wrote down.
This dude's taking notes.
Yeah, I was taking
watching
notes the whole time. I'm like
round by round.
A gangster.
He showed me his notes, and I was like, Jesus, man.
The cadence, fantastic. We didn't do shoulder. No, got up there, ready to go.
And,
I think
and there wasn't a lot of messing around.
It was just go. There wasn't
a lot of the guys set up and went.
Yeah.
Andrei Sharkovich and Arsen.
Yeah.
Talk about a breakout day for Arsen.
Yeah, man.
Andre is a monster.
Yeah.
And he made Shark look not that awesome.
Man, he took that hook and just boom.
Yeah, they had a few wars.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, Arsen.
Yeah, he did what he wanted.
Dude, those guys training with Vresh, shout out to them, over in Cali.
Oh, man.
They are the backbone of California arm wrestling, whether California knows it or not.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
But if anyone says, like, California has the best arm wrestlers, there is a little nook of them that is real nasty, boy.
Yeah.
With David Ingen, Vresh, that whole little clan.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to go work with them.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
We need to make a thing and go hang out with those.
I can line up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Me and Vresh are super cool.
Yeah.
We don't even speak the same language.
Yeah.
And this dude hugs me like I'm his little brother every time we meet. And I'm just like, he invigorates me, right?
Yeah. Big time.
I'm like,
big time. His energy is crazy. Yeah, he came up to the afterpull and pointed at Prudnick, and they got on the table. I was like, what's about to happen? This is fucking crazy.
Lefty.
Oh, yeah, lefty.
Hanging on
hanging on Prudnick. I was like, whoa. Insane. Anyway, Arsen, fantastic showing. Shark elbow fouled in round 3.
Yeah.
And, when they did the restart, Arsen gets, once again, that, like, high hook situation and pins him. That was the move he just kept going to, and Shark had no answer for that.
Yeah, once he got there.
Yeah, which is super interesting. I feel like, but, man, Arsen's not a small dude. Like, when I see him on TV, he doesn't look that big. I think it's like his head or something. I don't know.
You ready for this? What is he, 22?
Yeah, he's super young. Yeah. They're all fucking young. All those dudes on that team are young.
I'm like, man, what are you, Vresh's son?
Oh, my goodness, man. It's out of control.
Yes, super powerful. I mean, there's no question he's a world beater in 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to win the match, he just pushed Shark down. Like Shark tried to run, and he was just like,
nope.
Yeah,
I was like,
I've arm wrestled him. It feels so crazy.
That's gotta be ridiculous.
Very interested in him and Mikola.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the cool part is that because we have things like East versus West, these guys are completely vested.
Yeah, and Arsen wasn't afraid to call out Michael Todd.
Todd Hutchins.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, keeping it rolling.
Cody versus Joseph.
Guys, let's talk about an underdog story. Only underdog story because of the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Wicked.
But the first 2 rounds were like,
yeah.
And I was like,
And you thought Joseph had no shot.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, you're done, dude.
I mean, shout out to his corner with Tim there. And Tim talked to him, and they juiced him up a bit.
Yeah.
And Joseph was in his corner as well, rubbing his arm out and being there for him. And I guess they're all homies from Arizona. And Joseph goes back up and just
found his spot.
As soon as he got in.
Yep.
And I told Cody the day before, I was like, look, if you guys get in there, it's going to be a real interesting situation. Because Cody's good in there.
Yeah.
And Cody goes, it's not going to get in there at all. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Whoa.
It was a different story.
Yeah.
And Joseph was smart and how he sucked it up and bled him out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think he was having struggle offensively. He was being intelligent.
Yep.
Sucked that thing up as soon as he got in his lane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
watch him, boys.
Yeah, I think Cody Wood, I think he did really well in the beginning, but I think his power output, I think that's what got him.
It's a really interesting style in the way Cody Wood sets up at the table. Very super small, and he gets into his frame.
Yeah.
He gets down in it.
Yeah.
And then comes around way up high, hook, and around.
Yeah.
Very low. Interesting setup.
Yeah.
I was thinking once that got stopped, maybe Cody should stand up tall and try and top roll.
Yeah.
And stay way outside, maybe both feet under. I think that he just was kind of maybe the caliber of puller that he trains with versus Joseph training with John Brzezinski for years.
Yeah.
That's might have been what showed through.
Right. Well, and you would think that Cody being, crazy with pull-ups, that's explosivity.
Big back pressure.
Yeah, but when you're underneath the table and your fist is at your face or higher, you can't explode.
I agree.
You cannot. You have to be on top, right?
You would be more.
Yeah. You would be way more explosive if your hand was,
He needed to go, and that's the thing. The lessons we learn right at this level. I don't know how many years he's been in. I think he's like a 4-year guy. Having a different lane. Mm-hmm. I mean, being able to posture up, look completely different in your setup, and just do something different because you're bled the fuck out where you're at. Right. He had to have turned it up. And Joseph made small changes. Yeah. And instead of gripping, he surfed. Yep. And he just went around and stuck it. And it was like, damn.
Reminded me of Tuya, how he just kind of waits and like lets you force it over, and then he holds,
and then he goes, vroom. Yeah, man, his horsepower.
Yeah.
I spoke to him for a little bit about his match, and that's exactly what he was saying. Was he was just waiting for John to fall right into him.
Yeah.
Hunter Knopfs and Valen.
Yeah, this was much more of a competitive match than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, 100%.
Right when Valen got in,
it
was interesting.
Yeah.
It was like,
very, very
it's a match.
Interesting.
Yeah, Valen had loaded super crazy back, all crazy back pressure.
Yep.
And Hunter at first lit him up, and then it was like, oh, wait a second. If he gets in the strap and has that much back pressure, he's going to slow this thing down.
Yeah.
And he did slow it down.
He did.
And
was that round 2 that he slowed it down?
Yeah, it was round 2, Hunter to the pad. So round 1, Hunter was too confident inside, stopped, and he was fouled. And then on the restart, Hunter blasts inside to the pad.
Yep. And it was like just enough to get to the pad. Right. Because it's out of spot that he's going to catch.
Yep. I noticed Hunter was carving.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Part of his game.
Yeah, which is fine, but it looked like he wasn't training to be straightened into somebody who has crazy back pressure.
Yeah, because he needed to be like right here to stop the back pressure.
To stop the back pressure.
It's a crazy part of the game, right? It's this little, it's 2 millimeters.
Right.
That affect the entire ability. Like for myself, if I load up back against you and I'm blowing that bitch apart, if you're able to get to here rather than here, these are night and day differences.
Then that's your start. You're like,
I remember saying it to you guys afterward. One of the takeaways was learning to start the match this way with just a little bit. Because it's so hyper effective.
Right.
And they're getting there like on the like it's lots of before.
Right.
Over and over and over again. Going back and watching the tournament, man.
It's a good, I think you're right. I think it's a good start for anyone. And you don't even need to do anything. It's just,
even if you're pulling as pronated, it's still, once you have some cup, you can still operate a whole lot more efficiently from there.
Right.
And it's just part of the game. We all have to understand, our practices are honest. We're all straight and nice. And it does cause good.
I mean, I even feel sometimes for me, I'll even start kick back.
Sure.
Just to keep it super honest. Because sometimes you're in a tournament and you have a really, really like stringent like ref, and he's just like, make it straight, make it, and you're just like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's just do this.
And and then you have some that don't.
Yeah.
And then that's when your fair practicing goes to shit. Because the other guy gets to start earlier. Right?
Well, at the end of the day, you do have that, but when you get, like, for me, if I have that rep, I'm like, perfect.
Marcus is one of those guys for me. Like, I know he's gonna fuck us all and say that we're gonna be straight as hell. So training that way for me is a blessing, and I know he's not gonna let the other person get away with shit.
Right.
He owns being a ref. And whether you like him reffing for you or not, the one thing you can say
is fair.
It's going to be
it's
really
within the rules. All the time. That's where we start.
And give a shit who you are.
Right.
And I think it's one of the ways that all refs have to like look at that and go, I don't give a shit who you are. I'm just going to own my program. You're in my program. Here we go, guys.
You can be John Brzezinski. You can be Evan.
Anyone. Doesn't matter. But there is some merit to maybe we should train with a little bit of tomfoolery.
Get in there.
It does help.
So Hunter Knopfs did his thing. You had all the bravado, everything I wanted to see.
Yes,
I was telling people, that's our Connor.
Yes,
and it was our Connor.
Yeah.
He did his thing. It was
Talk shit and backed it up.
John Theron and Craig.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
I talked with John the day before. John felt confident. His hand felt so different.
Yeah.
Like he's been working his hand.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot. It was crazy. We talked about his lane. All of that sounded super appropriate to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he tried to go there. And one of the things we were talking about is Craig can flat-wristed. So he'll come at you and then he turns it.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, he almost allows you to get into the spot. Yeah. And then his horsepower, his ability to full send. It's one of the special things. Like Ian Wagner has Neil on our team has it. Their ability to slang that motherfucker at the wall. Yeah. Even when I'm stonewalling them, it starts beating you up. And you're like, wait, am I giving? And we watched it happen to John, right? John Theron got a smile on his face. Yeah. He went to smile at everybody. And right as he did it, boom, Craig whacked him.
It's like, that was that's what I have is that hook.
Yeah. I spoke with Craig for a little bit and he was like, what he did was really trained the pronated side of his wrist. And he was like, I know that's exactly where he's going to fall into. And that's exactly what he did. He was like,
he makes it like a whole, like a glove, like how you talk about catching people just with a top roll, but he makes like from his fingertips to his wrist like a glove. And he kind of like comes forward and, so Barry
and he's like loaded up.
And he's waiting for it. You can see it and he just, he just brings it back.
And then he'll so even give it back.
Yes.
Right? I didn't get that time. And then he'll tax that ass again.
And he's like, the reason why I noticed is because he was looking away from the table, like he was thinking about where it was how he was gonna fall into it. And I was like, holy shit! Like that's
not doing what I did against Dan, where I'm looking at the thing starstruck. He literally, he's been there a ton of times.
There it is.
Yep.
And I was like, that's super cool.
I consider Craig probably one of the highest IQ arm wrestlers out there.
The match for Mikola is Craig. It's Craig Tooley.
Craig Tooley.
Like he wants the best, and that's it. That's our guy.
At that weight, yep.
But I think they're going to throw him out.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
All right. Now we get into what to me was probably the best arm wrestling.
Oh wait. We forgot in that match. Did you forget the fucking bicep curl?
What are we talking about?
Fucking Toulier just went.
Oh and
just pulled John across the fucking table. I was like, what the hell was that?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I did because I was like, did anyone else see that? He was just like, come here. Pulled his arm off the fucking table. That was fucking nuts.
That was nasty.
Yeah, his power in general, right?
Nuts.
Yeah. Talk about a ball of gnarly muscle and knots, right? You need a massage.
It's like, no,
my wife is jacked.
You're gonna mess up my gains with that.
I know. Right. He's like, no, I'm just a fucking tendril.
Crazy. Anyway, next match.
Giannis versus Mendagas. Yo, did either guy know it was going to go like that?
I don't think so.
We watched a match of two top rollers. No hooking. Two top rollers top roll against each other in the most beautiful back and forth.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there was this takeaway and beat and then he would win. No, they literally sparred in the center.
Yep.
And like on the offensive and defensive side of the table, both guys were playing the game appropriately.
Yes, 100%.
In the most appropriate way. Like we all should be watching that over and over again.
Yes.
For both guys, not like one guy you should be getting a takeaway from, but literally at the same time, both guys are perfect.
Right. Yeah, and they're getting like elbow fouls and stuff.
That were perfect.
Like, all of it. Yeah. It was a dance. It was a beautiful
and like
dance.
you could tell there was pain. Like Giannis got a little hurt. And he would he lifted his elbow and people were like, oh, that's weird. It was intentional. Because he felt something he didn't like. He was playing the game. I mean, it was Michelangelo and Picasso battling. With paintbrushes.
Yes, it was
crazy.
Beautiful match. Yeah, I don't think either one of them thought it was going to go that way.
No, I thought Mindaugas came in, like Mindaugas very confidently. And I think Giannis was actually probably more surprised
that he had what he had.
I think so. I think he was.
He thought he was going to lose.
Yeah.
And then he stopped and was like,
I think I got this.
Yeah, maybe I got it.
No, I think it's that normal thing that happens when you go to competition.
You show up,
and then as soon as you touch that person, you're like,
oh,
all right,
we're in this. Yeah, this is another guy.
Yeah.
Just another guy. Mindy, I think, tried harder than I've ever seen.
Yep. I mean, his pacing back and forth, working the arm out, focused on his own, doing his thing. I would love to corner him just to pry at his head, listen carefully, not say anything, have nothing to give him, right? Rub his arm if he needs it. Yep. You're great, man. Everything's great. And listen to his thought process and feel what he's saying. You can guarantee if he competes out here again, I'll send him a direct message and ask him.
Yeah.
Just because not only would it be an honor, but I just want to be in that aura.
Right.
He was special.
Yeah, touch the greatness.
Yeah, there's a level of greatness, man. I'm going to go out and say that I think it's the pound for pound current best arm wrestler.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
agree. And it's I don't know. I have no words.
I mean, to defeat Shamusha is quite possibly. But in terms of, I think, star power and someone who like really represents the sport at a really high degree in terms of not just his arm wrestling prowess, but like the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, it's pretty top notch.
The way he shows on the table.
Yeah, Mindaugas' shit talk is pretty special.
Yeah.
Like, there's bravado there that you look at him like, that nerd does Harry Potter's not coming out with bravado.
Right.
No, he sure is.
No, he reminds me of those, nerdy jujitsu guys that you're just like,
and he's a jujitsu
come on, bro, and he comes in and folds you up.
Yep,
he folds me up. I'll tell you.
He's Mikey.
Mikey Musumeci.
Eating pizza.
Fantastic.
I think that actually he's almost 100% carnivore, but it is special like Mikey for sure.
Seems like it, man.
Yep, something's different.
Yeah,
we're on
Brisson and Beckman.
I mean, to me, we could barrel through this rather quickly.
Yeah.
We're talking about 100-pound difference. It kills me that they don't display the weights.
Yeah.
It's not like either girl's going to be upset about it. Jocelyn's a fucking tank.
But it's also like, how do you expect to continue to make matches or comparisons if you don't know what their weights are? We need to talk.
These things matter.
Yeah.
It's not like it only matters for boys.
Right.
And it's not like you're going to make them upset.
No. You're an athlete. We need to know your weight.
Yes.
Like, this is how
I want to know how she lines up with Barbora. Right. I mean, I think that Igala, what's her name? Igaloff? What's the girl that beat Sarah last time they pulled? Man. You know her name for sure. I think that's who Jocelyn should pull next before she pulls Gabby. But I think the lever's too tall for Gabby, and the size is obviously
on Jocelyn.
Yeah. The size is obviously there. I think that's the match, and then it's got to be Barbora. She's like our North American hope, you know.
Right.
We should all lean into Jocelyn, hardcore.
Yeah, big time.
300+ pound bench press.
Yeah.
Let's go, Josh. We're with you. We're all with you. Flashman's with you for sure.
Yeah.
And we love Sarah too.
Yeah.
Egla. Yeah. But Jocelyn, it's time to lay it in. Right?
Yeah, she looked great.
She looked fantastic. Her movement on the table was great, man. Like,
I'm gonna be really excited to see her and Gabby.
Man. And Dustin was talking about pulling with her. I forget what that tournament was, and you said that she was special.
Yeah, she's special. I mean, she straight up told me, she's like, I don't get to use my power with most people, so it's nice to be able to. It's like, you're special.
Super crazy.
All right, left hand North American monster.
Cody Merritt.
Went against a super athlete. And we talked about that, right?
Just the most talented human being in arm wrestling.
As far as like singing and dancing and
super athlete. That man. He's different. You know,
different.
It's different.
Super athlete.
Yep.
And that he can compete at the highest level weight, and he's not Hermes Gasparini size.
Right.
But he is a super athlete and shows up and does his thing.
I mean, he shows up, he does his thing, he sings for us, you know, and he's just an overwhelming like presence. Like when you're around that dude, you're just like, like, I don't know, for me, it's like I almost feel relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
that's the Yevgeny way.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, this is like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Super powerful, super confident.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Good bravado for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Top rolled Cody.
Yeah.
Caught Cody's top roll and then just pulled it back in and
he actually proved he could do whatever he wanted.
Whatever he wanted, man.
Yeah.
And then
and super respectful too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Shout out to Cody. That's like one of the other nicest humans I've ever met.
100%. Yeah.
Right? Like you want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great guy. He's everybody's uncle.
Right. He is. Prudent takes that.
Yep.
Fantastic. Seeing Prudent again.
Left arm, 100 offs and Mindagus.
Yeah.
Again.
Mindy came, he saw
Parasites.
Yeah, he conquered. Yeah. Parasitis. Yeah.
I mean, it went exactly as Mindy said it would go.
Yep.
You're not ready yet.
Nope.
I would like to share that with you.
Right.
Let me expose you to this.
Right.
And that was the game.
Yeah.
And I think Hunter knew right when they gripped up.
Yeah, 100%. I knew it as soon as we knew it before we even got to Arlington. But as soon as it just like, that's a whole nother level.
It's a whole thing.
You gotta know, man.
Yeah.
And, shout out to Hunter for taking that match.
And it's probably going to be the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
Because now he's like,
well,
I'm about to work.
Step my game.
I know. Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Matt Mask, Ongabai.
Oh my goodness. To me, this was the biggest upset. Yet I was very happy. I was very happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're going to win.
Yep.
You're going to win.
I was happy
the
too because
horse was
he made me eat my words. Because I thought Ongabai was going to quite possibly dominate that. And to see Matt do what he did to Ungerbayev was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ungerbayev, coming off an injury, the guy you don't want to face off an injury is Matt Mask.
Yeah.
I think Matt Mask is one of the most terrifying dudes you end up on the side of the table against, to be honest.
100%.
Right? And that was the antithesis of Ungerbayev.
Yeah.
This is this Asian samurai laid in, everything he does is perfect against this dude who doesn't do anything perfect and he does everything crazy, right? He's just violence incarnate.
Yeah.
He just comes in and goes.
100%.
And I think that was at 231, 105 kg.
Yeah. And you got to, you know what? And as dominant as it was, you have to give it to Ungerbayev because he tried to do what he usually does. He couldn't do that. But then you saw him
adjust.
Exactly. Yeah. And he went in and he tried that. And you got to give a man his respect because that ain't fucking easy to go in like that against a man like Matt Mask.
Especially with this size. This size is crazy. What he brings to that weight class is
crazy.
Very, very
intense.
intense.
Intensity, strength, crazy hand.
Yeah.
Matt Mask. Good job, Matt.
I'm just wondering how that shoulder injury went.
Yeah, how it affected.
How it affected that.
During that, of course.
Yeah. It looked like he couldn't even turn it on.
And you got a guy mangling your shoulder up.
Yeah.
Like he's going to pull you all the way back and you're going to have to get in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's
I think that's why I say it's such a dangerous guy to go against after that injury.
You don't want to
up a bit.
You do a couple tournaments over there in Kazakhstan. And then, come on over. That was crazy. Shout out my Mask.
Oh, yeah.
He got us all on our feet.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think he only dropped 17 F-bombs. It was cool.
Oh, my goodness.
He's great.
I'm right. Fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck this. This is the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
I fucking love North America.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Dave Chafee and Georgie.
Oh, man.
Oh. Tough.
Man, it was hard.
Well, we saw at my hotel, Georgie was there in the morning eating. I ate breakfast right across from him.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how fit he was.
Yeah.
He went from fat to fit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's like, I cut out sugars.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, like all of them? He goes, yes, except fruit. All of them, no cakes, no chocolate.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, that's great, Georgie. He goes, yes, very hard now.
Yeah.
I grabbed him. I'm like,
Yeah, solid.
brother.
Yeah.
That dude got fucking, he feels like an armadillo.
He's got armor on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like this big. And
Yeah.
he stands like this and he walks like this.
Yeah.
And a tank.
Yeah.
Everything was firm.
Awesome.
I was like, damn, you're about to kill this man.
Yeah.
And Dave's a big dude, but he made Dave look little.
Little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very strange. And his head is down inside his body.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? You're like a war beetle.
Crazy, man.
He's a monster.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah. I have Chafee lost on elbow fouls round 1.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep his hand down.
Couldn't keep the elbow
Back
down. He top rolled Georgie in round 2.
Mhm.
Georgie caught that and bust his hand wide open.
Yep.
Yeah.
Georgie takes the hand and finishes with a top roll.
Yep.
And then round 3, big top roll hit from Georgie. Dave dives that shoulder in impressively. And then
He
Georgie
wanted to press so bad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can see him like, I have desperation.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I get there with this beast?
Yeah.
Like, he even like went around the table
He did.
and tried to,
And
this is a
Georgie
bad
was
idea.
Yeah, but
Georgie's
it just
playing.
goes to show how strong Georgie's getting.
Oh,
Because
God.
They got to give him like Rivas or
Ooh.
that would be
Right?
That's
Or
a
how
winner.
about the other Georgie?
Svetkov.
No, the other dude. The dude with the he looks like a fucking sorry, excuse my language. He looks like an orc. What's his name?
I mean, Georgie looks like an orc.
They all look like orcs.
They all look like
At that size, right? We start
The
getting-
one that Vitali beat at King of the Table. Right on.
Well, let's go back and
Right on.
But yeah, I mean, they got to give Georgie somebody great.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna pull with him. Like, if we're talking about a North American,
No.
who's gonna pull him? I don't know.
No.
Nobody.
I don't think so.
He's
oh,
You know who I'm talking about.
Zaranov.
Is his name Georgie?
Yeah, Georgie
Okay.
Zaranov.
Yeah. That would be good.
yeah.
I think that would be a cool match.
Yeah, that dude.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Way more work.
Yeah.
What can I get? I think that would be a great.
That'd be a great match.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Devin versus Corey West.
I think the antics weren't too
This
crazy.
was good.
No, he did a good job,
That's
man.
good.
He was
Like,
up
it
there
was-
serious.
The match was done in like 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
That was, and there was enough
Great
good talk to
match.
make it fun.
Yep.
Devin did everything he said he would.
Right.
Him left-handed, I just don't know. I mean, Pavlo, but I think he'll kill Pavlo.
I think he kills Pablo too.
Pavlo's
Yeah.
super strong, but Devin's too big. He's crazy huge right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Devin was great all weekend. He
Mhm.
performed for everybody, every
Yeah.
room he was in.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was great. It was
Great
great. Big
energy.
win for him.
Great energy. Him and his family. Like,
Yeah, all great.
you know, I probably saw Jody a few times, and she was always like,
Yeah, everybody was cool.
You know,
You know, Auden is like Brian in that respect of going up and talk to him.
Sure.
Like he'll talk to anybody,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're his friend.
well, he's embracing that role.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But a lot of people, a lot of kids his age, you have that much
Yeah.
fame, it's hard to
I know
handle.
not to deal with it.
Yeah.
He deals with it
He's-
well.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
I hope that he comes more into his own identity as time goes on.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
He will.
Yeah.
And
I hope-
learns to accept losing.
Right, that's
He
what I
doesn't
was
have
gonna
to
say.
get ridiculous
Yeah,
and wild and weird.
Yep.
But just can have
it's
some
all right,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the best for them. And I think that he has the tools. He has the genetics.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously he's going to be one of the best in North America at some point. I think it's completely
It's
undeniable.
possible
Yeah.
for sure.
And then we roll into John and Yoshi.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was emotional.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Beautiful match.
Yeah. I don't have much to talk about with that match. I think Yoshi was playing with.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I think we laid it all out already.
You know, I think you said it best. John, his whole career, went into the strong spots of his opponents, and it was full circle.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yoshi
was
took him where he wanted.
Yoshi being almost like John
Yeah.
and giving him what he wanted,
Right.
and then he was like, "All right, John, It's time to go.
And I think it's also obvious this wasn't Juicy John.
No.
No, this is normal John.
We've seen Juicy John.
Yeah.
And this wasn't that version. This was him showing up like he always has, did his thing, and I think he's just living his best life.
Yeah.
And being a part of the arm wrestling community is probably a part of his best life, for sure.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's the spot for John now. I think he should show up to events and cheer people on.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if he cornered some guys.
Yeah.
And just was there for his buddies.
I don't, from what I hear, he's not that type of guy, but, maybe he will become
that's what I'm
that
saying.
type of guy. Because I'm telling you right now, anyone who goes and gets back surgery is almost a death sentence for any sport that they're in.
Yes.
It's so hard to come back.
Especially lower back.
Oh, man, you're going to want to. You're gonna try.
It's your complete ability to function.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So
if there's any fusing, that's a wrap.
It's done, man.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the best. Whatever happens, come out great.
Yeah.
But it's like choosing to live a life pain-free. What you'll sacrifice is the ability to be hyper athletic.
Yeah. Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
For some.
And I think, as much as everyone maybe doesn't want to see John retire, I thought this was the quintessential way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and, I might be profiling a little bit, but to go against someone with that sort of pedigree as Yoshi Kanai, and he's Japanese.
Yeah.
So he already has that warrior mentality.
Right.
Yep.
So to go against someone like that and to lose to them, and that being your last match, and we have to remember
pulling John.
Exactly. Yoshi was in a sense John's protege.
Yeah.
So it's just like it was really beautiful.
24 years or something like that. 20 plus years.
Yeah, we did the math last time.
That's how long they've been pulling each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoshi was getting smacked.
Yeah, maybe pin John one.
Yeah. But for the most part, getting smacked up.
Yep.
And then the culmination of Yoshi continuing to compete, train
years,
and
snapped
he's
limbs.
like, "Whoa, yes!" And now he's the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have to consider too. Yoshi is saying this is the best shape he has ever been in.
It's crazy. And
can we please him and Iraqi, please?
That needs to be like, Engen, hello.
Let's make that happen.
Set that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be fireworks of a match. And then we get what?
The Todd and your.
Oh my!
I want to see it.
Which was already crazy.
I want to see it.
Yeah. We got it.
I don't want to see it.
We're not having that again. Whoa.
And he does the best. Like, can we all of you youngsters that love the King's move?
Yeah.
Let's switch over to that open top.
Right. Exactly. Open top.
There it is for you. It's standing. It's strong. Beautiful. It's crazy. It's effective.
Yeah.
It is. It's a thing of beauty.
It is. When you see someone holding an open top roll like that.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Doing his war cry.
Oh,
crazy.
What is going?
That's
yes,
so Japanese, son.
Yes, sir. That surge is coming. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, very special.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, thank you, Engen. Thank you.
Yeah, Robert
thank you,
Baxter.
I mean, that was a special moment, special event for all of us.
Very cool.
And let's keep getting North America. I'm training today, and one of the things I was thinking about in regards to this event is I wish that I took it upon myself to contact the local news and explain to them what's happening in Arlington.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
They come to some random local event.
Yeah.
That would be like, you're telling me there's arm wrestlers from all over the world showing up here today?
Yeah.
The best actually in the world.
Yeah.
The greatest. We could have got them interviews, got them in front. Engen and Baxter would have been stoked.
Yeah.
I won't let that happen again.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I don't live there.
Right.
I'll make moves.
Yeah, Chicago's coming up, so that's what we're going to do.
I plan to fully make those moves.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, help facilitate that in any way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome for sure.
Great. Yeah, that's another one of the books, boys.
Yep. Peace out, everybody.
Little announcement. We got some interviews coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We were asked to do some interviews by AWC.
Yeah.
So we're going to interview their athletes for their card coming up, AWC 4, which is next weekend. It's going to be in Poland.
Featuring John Theron.
Yeah, John Theron's going to be on there against Swaychek. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, he's like the Poland Punisher.
Is he going left hand?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
That's interesting. I actually think it's right-handed.
Whoa.
It might be right-handed.
He doesn't care. Okay.
He's crazy. yeah.
I'm like, man, I can't.
Clearly, I need like a month, dude.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so keep an eye out for that. So, yeah.
I'm assuming we'll be able to post those through all of our channels.
Yeah, I think we'll post on theirs first, and then we'll do on ours after.
Yeah, one of the cool things for Flashpin would be a place to go to see these guys talk about their careers. And we want to ask some of the questions that all of us as athletes want to know.
Yeah. Right.
And see what kind of advice they leave each of us with.
Right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, we've said it a couple podcasts ago, but we think the most important part of growing arm wrestling is getting to know everybody that competes in it.
Yep.
It can't be everybody.
Human and the athlete.
Yeah. The human inside the athlete. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great way to put it. So hopefully we get more opportunities to do this. I think we will. We're going to kill these interviews tomorrow. We got them all back to back. So we're going to be grinding tomorrow morning. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Until then, we're out.
Peace out.